Amazon changes the price on millions of products multiple times a day. Before you finished reading this sentence, it's happened thousands of times.
Thousands of price changes a second? How is that even possible?
The same AI that watches what you browse, predicts what you'll buy, and decides what to show you next. Welcome to Season 2 of AI at Work. We're going mainstream, and retail is where AI already touches every single consumer on Earth.
But as always, there's a catch.
As always. Anastasia and Sophia, take it from here.
Retail has always been a margin war. The winner isn't the one who sells the most, it's the one who wastes the least. And for decades, that meant getting your buying decisions right, your pricing right, and your logistics right. Mostly through experience, instinct, and historical spreadsheets. Then Amazon built a recommendation engine that now drives 35% of its total revenue. And every retailer on Earth suddenly had a new standard to meet. NVIDIA's 2025 survey found 89% of retailers reporting measurable revenue increases from AI. This isn't experimentation anymore, it's infrastructure. The AI and e-commerce market hit $8.65 billion in 2025, growing at over 30% a year.
Retail has always been about understanding customers faster than your competitors. The first era, gut instinct and experience. A buyer at a department store would walk the floor, talk to customers, and make their best guess about what to stock. Then came digital analytics, loyalty card data, web browsing, basic demand forecasting. Smarter, but still backward-looking, you could only see what had already happened. The third era is now. AI that senses demand in real time, predicts what will happen, prices dynamically, and personalizes the experience to each individual shopper. The shift from looking at the past to anticipating the future is the entire story of retail AI.
4 big areas. 1. Personalization. AI recommendation engines that drive up to 35% of e-commerce revenue by showing you what you're most likely to buy. 2. Dynamic pricing. Real-time price optimization across millions of products every second, adjusting to demand, competition, and inventory. 3. Demand forecasting. AI predicted stock levels that cut both stockouts and overstock simultaneously. And 4. Customer service. AI chatbots that handled 670% more retail queries in the 2025 holiday season than the year before. Let's go deep on personalization first, because it's the one that changed everything. Here's what's actually running when you open Amazon or a fashion e-commerce site.
In under 100 milliseconds, the system has read your browsing history, your purchase history, your search queries, what device you're on, what time it is, and what thousands of other customers with similar patterns eventually bought. It then ranks millions of products and shows you the small slice most likely to result in a sale. Amazon's engine drives 35% of its total revenue. Across the industry, personalized recommendations now account for 25 to 35% of all e-commerce revenue. AI-powered personalization lifts conversion rates by 30 to 50% and average order value by 20 to 35%. The economics are overwhelming, which is why 97% of retailers plan to increase AI spending in the near term.
Amazon's recommendation engine, everyone knows, it recommends things. What makes it actually remarkable?
The scale and the longevity. It's been running and learning for over 25 years. That's 25 years of every click, every purchase, every return, every item left in a basket. The model understands patterns at a level no human buyer ever could. And it's not just customers who bought X also bought Y. Modern collaborative filtering plus deep learning can predict what you'll want before you know you want it, based on people who are similar to you at this stage of their life.
And 35% of all revenue.
At Amazon's scale, that's hundreds of billions of dollars from one AI system.
It's the most commercially successful AI application in history.
Second use case, dynamic pricing. And this one changes the fundamental nature of what a price means. Traditional retail. Price changes happen slowly, maybe weekly, because humans have to decide and execute them. AI pricing. Changes happen continuously, in real time, based on competitor prices, your inventory levels, demand signals, time of day, even the weather. Amazon reportedly changes prices on millions of items multiple times per day. For retailers who implement AI pricing well, the margins improve by 5 to 15% because they're always optimally positioned against competitors and their own inventory levels. The global AI dynamic pricing tool market hit $3.2 billion in 2025, and it's heading to $12.8 billion by 2034.
Dynamic pricing sounds efficient. Where's the problem?
The problem is when dynamic pricing stops being about efficiency and starts being about exploitation. The EU's Digital Fairness Act, launched in 2025, is specifically targeting pricing algorithms that show you an attractive entry price and then quietly raise it during checkout based on signals that you're likely to pay more. Your device type, your location, whether you've been browsing a lot. The FTC launched a surveillance pricing investigation in 2024, looking at companies using personal and behavioral data to set personalized prices. And New York passed a law in 2025 requiring businesses to disclose when algorithms use your personal data to determine your price.
So the same AI that gives me a great deal might be giving someone else a worse deal because of who they are.
Exactly. Personalization taken to its extreme is discrimination. Third use case, demand forecasting, the one that fixes the oldest problem in retail. Traditional forecasting. Look at last year, maybe adjust for trends, place your bet. The result? Too much of some things, not enough of others. AI forecasting. Models that analyze historical sales at the individual SKU level, plus weather forecasts, local events, social media trends, competitor activity, and economic indicators. The accuracy jump is dramatic. AI models reach 95% accuracy on stable products versus 60 to 75% with traditional methods. The payoff: stockouts drop by 40 to 60%, overstock drops by 30 to 50%, and lost sales reduce by up to 30%.
670% more chatbot traffic in one holiday season. What's driving that?
Two things. First, the chatbots got genuinely good. Amazon's Rufus isn't the old rule-based chatbot that frustrates everyone. It's a conversational AI that can actually guide product discovery, handle complex questions, and suggest alternatives intelligently. Second, AI moved from customer-facing to back-office. Walmart embedded what it calls super agents, AI that automates routine decisions for suppliers, sellers, and employees. The customer-facing chatbot is what we see. The bigger transformation is the AI making thousands of operational decisions per minute in the background.
So the chatbot is to retail AI what Erica was to banking, the visible tip of a much larger iceberg.
Exactly. 35% of Amazon's total revenue from one AI system. That's not a productivity tool. That's not an efficiency gain. That's a revenue engine that has fundamentally altered what retail is. Every recommendation engine in every shop on earth is chasing that number. And most of them are getting closer. All four retail AI use cases run on the same foundation: data. Every click, every purchase, every item left in a basket, every return, every search query, that's the fuel. From that, models learn your preferences, predict demand patterns, and understand price elasticity. The serving layer has to be incredibly fast. Recommendations need to be generated and delivered in under 100 milliseconds, or users don't wait. And it's never finished. Continuous A/B testing means the model is constantly competing with variants of itself to improve. The hardest unsolved problem is the cold start. What do you show someone who just created an account with no history? Solving cold start well is the difference between a good recommendation engine and a great one.
Personalization sounds great for retailers and kind of convenient for shoppers. What's the actual problem?
3 things. First, filter bubbles. The same algorithm that recommends what you like can lock you into a narrowing loop. You only ever see more of what you've already seen. Products that are similar, styles that match. Discovery dies. Second, price discrimination. If an AI can see that you're using an iPhone, browsing from a wealthy postcode and looking at premium products, it can infer you're willing to pay more. Charging people different prices based on who they are, not what the product costs, raises serious fairness questions. Third, dark patterns. AI optimized purely for clicks or purchases, not for the shopper's genuine interests. Urgency countdowns that may not be real. Only one left. That's not accurate. Recommendations driven by margin, not match.
So what's being done?
3 things. First, filter bubbles. The same algorithm that recommends what you like can lock you into a narrowing loop. You only ever see more of what you've already seen. Products that are similar, styles that match. Discovery dies. Second, price discrimination. If an AI can see that you're using an iPhone, browsing from a wealthy postcode and looking at premium products, it can infer you're willing to pay more. Charging people different prices based on who they are, not what the product costs, raises serious fairness questions. Third, dark patterns. AI optimized purely for clicks or purchases, not for the shopper's genuine interests. Urgency countdowns that may not be real. Only one left. That's not accurate. Recommendations driven by margin, not match.
So the same trend as every other episode. The technology moved faster than the rules, and the rules are now catching up.
Every single time.
Where does retail AI go from here?
The biggest shift is agentic commerce. AI that doesn't just recommend products, but actually shops for you. It knows your preferences, your budget, your calendar, compares options across retailers, places the order, tracks it, and handles the return if needed. 1/3 of e-commerce companies are already preparing for this. Then there's phygital retail, AI bridging the physical and digital. Amazon's Go stores use computer vision and sensor fusion, so you can walk in, take what you want, and walk out. No checkout. And predictive everything. AI pre-positioning stock at the right fulfillment center before you order, based on predictions of what customers in each postcode are about to buy.
So eventually, retail AI doesn't wait for you to shop, it anticipates you.
That's the direction. Whether that's convenient or creepy depends entirely on who's controlling the data.
Oliver, Season 2 starts here. What should people take away?
4 things. 1. AI recommendations now drive 25 to 35% of all e-commerce revenue. It's the most commercially successful AI ever deployed. 2. No price you see in online retail is fixed. AI is adjusting it in real time based on who you are and what you're likely to pay. 3. Demand forecasting is solving retail's oldest inefficiency, the right product in the right place at the right time. And 4. The catch. Personalization taken to its extreme is discrimination, and regulators in the EU, US, and elsewhere are now making that explicit.
Next up, AI in manufacturing, where the robots are getting very, very smart.
Subscribe so you don't miss it. I'm Oliver.
And I'm Olga. See you in the next one.